Oh no, not another tube amp versus modeling amp video. Am I really going to do this? Yes, I am. Regular viewers are all very much aware I've been doing my live shows with the Fender Tone Master Deluxe Reverb for nearly 3 years now. Now, I went to the Tone Master primarily because I needed legitimate blackface tone and feel at the lightest weight possible. Now, before you say I just need to hit the gym, let me clarify. I used to play a 68 Super Reverb. I had weighed nearly 70 pounds and I had 2 of them. Well, about 6 years ago, my back condition worsened to the point where I had to give up touring. But I wanted to continue to do local shows and can only do so by drastically lightening the load. Anything over about 25 pounds could put me out of business for a while. Now, when the Tone Master was introduced, well, I was intrigued. I did a lot of research, and the rest, as they say, is history. So check out my Tone Master at 2 years video for the whole story. Now, that video has gotten quite a lot of views and a whole lot of comments, many of which have been quite interesting, and the overwhelming majority of the comments have been very positive. Of course, there are those who seem to believe that any tube amp has to be better. Funny enough, some of the suggestions for lightweight tube heads were amps I've tried and quickly rejected. You know, if it works for you, that's great, but just having tubes does not make it a better choice for me. No, if I were going to once again perform with a tube amp, it would have to be one that meets the weight requirement while providing the quality sound and response I need. And of course, it would have to be a genuine real-world improvement. I haven't been reviewing many amps on this channel, but in the last year, I have featured a couple of good-sounding small PRS heads, so we'll start there. Now, the first was the HDRX20. I liked it, but never considered keeping it for my own use. At nearly 27 pounds, it was borderline, but even if I decided that was manageable, I very much prefer built-in reverb. I don't like reverb in front of the amp. And even if it had an effects loop, which it doesn't, running reverb in a loop is just more crap to set up. No thanks. I'm already adding more to the setup and teardown by bringing a head and separate cab. So, moving on. More recently, I reviewed the PRS DGT15 head, and this one is much more promising. First, at not much over 21 pounds, it's right where I need it to be. Now, it's only 15 watts, but with everything mic'd up these days, it's plenty loud enough for a blues band. And it has not only built-in tube-driven reverb, but tube-biased tremolo as well. Nice. So today, our first shootout. The DGT15 doesn't really come alive until it's at stage volume, so this one's going to be loud. I have tried the DGT15 on a couple of live shows. It did well, but while it certainly sounds different, It would have to be a significant improvement to justify the extra chore of carrying a speaker cabinet as well. Plus, no power scaling or line out with accurate IRs. Now you can see why any tube amp will need to be a very significant improvement to outweigh the Tone Master's advantages. Still, I like the amp, and I'll continue to try it at different venues and report back. But I won't stop there. As opportunity presents itself, I'll continue this experiment with other potential candidates. I have at least a couple in mind, so stay tuned for future installments. And with that, I'll sign off for this week. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed, take a moment to do so now. And I will see you again very soon.